So Halo just released their new episode 4, and good God, that was awful. At this point, I think I'm gonna have to drop the series because trying to get through each episode is getting excruciatingly painful. Like with each episode, it's getting worse and worse and harder to get through. So the episode starts off with Chief of the ship. He's having memories. The assistant rapist is there. Halsey is there. He's going through all the different emotions. The usual stupid BS. And so they get on the planet, right? To look for the artifact or whatever they're looking for. Honestly, I'm checked out. But they get on the planet. And Chief puts his helmet on to drive the Warthog. And then he parks and then takes his helmet off. Like, literally within a span of like 8 seconds. Throughout this entire series, he has had his helmet off significantly more than he's had it on. Like, he had his helmet on for like a total of 5 minutes this entire episode. And it was sparse. Like, what is the point of even just throw away the helmet? Throw away the helmet so I can 100% not even mistake this as Halo. Just keep it off completely. Or keep it on all the time. Like, pick one. Just don't have both. It's just so stupid and it's so terrible. But we have to see his face because they have to show emotion. Then you have the Spartan girl on Chief's team removing her emotional chip. And that's so stupid. Like, so now she's like emotional and being weird and cringy the rest of the episode. And when she's removing her chip, her Spartan teammate comes up to her. He's like, "What you doing?" And they have this awkward, really bad acted out, cringy scene and exchange. That was terrible. I don't know why they even had that scene in. I don't know why we're even focusing on this woman. Like, this was just all types wrong. Like, Spartan personalities are their unique personalities. They are not stoic or serious or purposeful or to the point or direct because of an emotional chip. Alright? They're like that because that's how they are, because they're soldiers. There's no reason to create this BS plot point that they have emotional chips on them and that's why all of them are acting like soldiers. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. It's so bad. Then you have Kwana. Oh my God. Why does this character exist? Well, we obviously know why. Because you can't just have a story focused around Master Chief. Focused around a male? What? Are you serious? You think we're going to have a story focused on a male? You must be out your mind. No, we need minorities. We need women. There's no way we can just have a... What? That's misogyny. So, they had to meet their quota. So they found a minority woman. And now the story is centered around her. And my thing is like, okay, you gotta push your agendas. You gotta do all the extra stuff, right? Why did you have to make it so unlikable? Like, was there any reason why she's literally the most unlikable character in the entire series? But that's not really saying much because every single character in this series is unlikable, right? Soren, he's alright, but because of the way he is written and because they have him with Kwana, he's trash as well, right? Halsey is decent, right? Hey, the black guy is cool. Like, it's funny because the black guy acts more like Master Chief than anyone else in the show. Like, he literally acts more like Chief than Chief. Quiet, right? Voice very serious, has a lot of purpose to it, a lot of range, and he only speaks one-liners, cool one-liners, whenever he needs to. He's the Master Chief. Do you have any orders? Like, just nice, to the point. That's literally all we needed. Like, you know what you should have done? What you should have done, throw a helmet on him. You know what? Just make him Master Chief. Because at this point, it doesn't matter how Master Chief looks. Hey, you could have made Master Chief a woman at this damn point because of all the other woke BS and all the other agendas and foolishness y'all put in the show. Why not just have him be Master Chief? It would be better than whatever the heck this main guy is doing. Oh my god! Like, I know the script is bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's funny because his acting is just as bad as the script. Like, that's why you needed to put the helmet on so we don't have to see that face all the time. It's cringy. It's terrible. It's just a stoic, straight face 24/7. I hate it. Anyways, so back to Kwana. I had to go on the mini rant. I'm sorry, but back to Kwana. She's being an asshole on the ship. Soren is just putting up with it because he promised Chief that he would not let anything happen to Kwana. And Kwana is just so unlikable. Like, she's annoying, she's bratty, she's stupid, she's a child, she's explosive. And when they get to the planet, this woman is wanted, right? So she decides that she's going to take off her hoodie in public to talk to one of her people, even though she's wanted. It's like so stupid. Like, why would you even do that, right? You're wanted and you're removing your hoodie, which is the only thing stopping anyone from knowing who you are. Then we go to the church or whatever, where they're holding a ceremony for her father, etc., right? And then she starts spazzing out and calling them traitors because they didn't want to rise up and fight, even though she's wanted. This is what I'm talking about. Like, it is such a trash character. Why do we have to focus so much on her? Like, why does she exist? Literally, there's absolutely, you could have literally written this story without her and it would have been perfectly fine. Literally, it would have been perfectly fine. You did not need her. And can we talk about the villain that's after her? Oh my god, talk about cringe, cheesy, corny villain. Literally, like, he's in the bar smoking a cigar. Like, I don't know if they thought that was cool or intimidating, but he literally comes off as like a cartoon character villain, like some cheesy Tom and Jerry villain, like, or some cheesy Powerpuff Girls villain. Like, what? Like, he is so, I don't understand this show. It really just annoys me. Then we go back to Miranda, and she is trying to get Data on the Spartan son, the Stab Master Chief, and the weirdo Spartan who unlocked her emotions being extremely weird and talking about the Needler, and I just don't understand what's the point of these scenes. It's very awkward. And then her and Miranda have they're having girl talk. I'm like, oh my gosh, your hair. Oh my gosh, yes, the hair. Oh my gosh, we're like sisters, we're besties. I'm like, what the F is this BS? We have strayed so far away from Halo. Like, this, I know I keep repeating myself, but this isn't Halo. Like, what is this garbage? The Covenant isn't even a part of the show at this point. Like, they weren't in the episode, except for, like, you know, the Day of Covenant body parts examining. But, like, the actual Covenant weren't in this episode. Like, they literally took the IP to Ghana and all this because they know nobody would watch this garbage if they didn't have Slap Halo on the title. Then they wrote their own damn story. And the story they wrote is still trash. Even without the Halo title, this would still be hot garbage. And, you know, we go back to Kwanha. She tries to find her aunt. She finds her aunt. Immediately gets her aunt killed. You know this, a theme that Kwanha keeps getting people killed. Like, for some reason, the most unlikable, annoying, bratty, spoiled, entitled, stupid character. For some reason, any altercation, everyone around her dies, but she somehow lives. I mean, are we leading up to Soren sacrificing himself for her after giving her tough love the entire time? Oh, my gosh, how heart wrenching. Like, is that what we're building up to? Like, the plot armor is off the charts. There was no reason why that woman with the sword then slit her throat. I was praying, like, and I knew, of course, they're not gonna kill her, And then I seen her pick up one of the weapons of the people who are after her. That's probably gonna be some plot point later where she unlocks this badass, these badass abilities where she can shoot, and take down all these different soldiers, and she's so cool. Oh, frick yeah, man. Oh my god, this is so bad. So Chief gets all his memories back, and he's kind of starting to realize that Halsey kidnapped him and did X, Y, and Z. I really don't care about that. Don't really care for anything in this episode. I could have sworn, I might be wrong on this, but I could have sworn in the trailer for this episode it showed like actual action, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that we were actually gonna get some action this episode, which is supposed to be the only redeemable quality of this show. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. This is getting worse and worse and worse. Oh yeah, and Miranda, for some reason, since the war, decides this to be a good idea. Oh, maybe we should try to translate their language. Duh. Really? Yeah, it's a fight in the alien species, and you were the only person who decided that it would be a good idea to try and translate their language. You just made all of the UNSC look extremely stupid. When I think of the writers of this show, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all honestly should be disgusted and ashamed of yourselves. People took time to craft an art form, to craft a piece of literature, peak fiction, put their blood, sweat, and tears into creating a vast world that people can enjoy, whether it be through comic books or through video games. And you just completely took a crap on it and did not respect it in the slightest. Don't ever write anything based off of any form of literature ever again. Write your own story so you can put all the agendas and all the BS you want in it. Don't take a successful IP built off of years of hard work and then ruin it without a care in the world. It's simple. You have a stoic Master Chief who doesn't take his helmet off. You have Covenants who hate human beings. And you have humans versus Covenant. You said F all of that and you went against everything. This is the equivalent to a person doing a Black Panther adaptation and them having a white person be Black Panther. That's literally what it is. That's how disrespectful this is. This show is an atrocity. I am done. I cannot last another episode on this foolishness. So without further ado, comment down below what you guys think, and I'm out. Peace.